Hey everyone, Antonia here from Urban Guru Coach, and today I'm going to show you how to strengthen the two most important things, especially in the human species, as we're the only species that walks on two limbs. Okay, so get yourself a ball, pause the video if you have to, meet me on the mat. We're going to lay back and we're going to begin by massaging the foot with the ball. Obviously, if the foot is too close to your bum, you have no space, cheeky, to roll it onto the toes. Okay. And just get the feel of stretching your toes out at the same time, activating all these teeny tiny muscles, rolling onto the heel, rolling onto your big toe. Good. On the knife edge of the foot, roll it out. Good. Okay, now you've got this nice, smooth sensation of keeping the ball connected to your foot. We're going to now push in to the right toe and lift the heel off the ground. So I want you to activate the glutes whilst applying a little bit more weight onto that left foot. And we're still conditioning the right side too by digging our toes as high as we can into the mat. Good. Not only is this strengthening conditioning, this is also activating your frontal lobe, as two limbs have to control two different types of movement. One is static, one is dynamic. Good. 5 seconds. A little bit higher. 3, 2, and 1. Drop the bum down. Swap the ball over to the opposite side. Repeat on the right side now. Really massage the foot into the ball. Roll onto the heels, around the perimeter of the foot. If you've got a cat, join me. My hand is getting eaten alive. Oh, this is as primal as it gets. Good. And now we're going to push up onto the left foot now. Lift the heel up, lift the bum up. Keep rolling that foot. Apply a little bit more weight, a little bit more pressure. Find your balance. Don't move too fast, otherwise you're going to lose the ball. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good effort. Okay, next task. I want you to squeeze the ball in between your 2 feet. We're going to lift the feet up and stretch the toes out. Begin to point to the ground. Don't drop the ball. Stretch the toes, lift up. Point to the ground. Plantar flex. Dorsiflex. Stretch. Even the toes. Stretch them out. Down. Up. Down. Up. Keep going. 10 more. Down. And up. Stay focused. Keep squeezing that ball, otherwise it's going to drop. 4. Keep going. 3. Good effort. 2. And 1. Bring it back to base. Now we're going to push the knees out and we're going to push the feet into the ball a little bit more and stretch the toes out. This is not only good for the ankles in regards to pushing, stabilizing, contracting an isometric contraction, but it's also good for your hips. If you're running a lot, if you're doing a lot of training, then you need to warm your hips up. This little rascal doesn't want me to film today. Good. Now close the knees. Keep them toes flexed. Open. Close. Open. I want them toes pointed out the whole time. Open. Really loosen up them hips. 5 more. 4. 3. one, drop it down. Good effort. Okay, so the next exercise is going to be about balance. So I want you to roll up slowly. Give your spine a shake. And we're going to try stand up on one foot. Okay, so if you can't do a pistol squat, what I'll recommend is that you remove the ball, first of all, and we're going to slowly roll back down the same way up. Left leg rises, then we're just going to rock up, push. Good. Change leg. Push. That's it. Join me. Push. Really work on hip, ankle mobility. Push. Stabilize the ankles. Good. 4. Catch and then. So 3. Use your core. Point the toes as you go down. 2. Good. Last one. 1. Now come back up into this position. Hold it. Hook that left leg around the right. If the foot drops, no problem. You're going to place your hands forward and rock up onto the toes, lifting the back heel off the ground. Stretch it out. Give your Achilles, your calves a good stretch. You'll also feel it in the interior segment of your ankle. 3, 2, and slowly drop back down. Good. Changing foot. Up we go. Hold. Hook. Lift the heels off the ground. Stretch it. You can also use your hand to tuck it in a little bit further. 3, 2, and rock it down. Stand back up onto your feet and hold it in Malasana. Okay? Malasana is the best way to recondition your mind and body in its primal state. Before toilets ever existed, this was the healthiest way, and it still is the healthiest way to increase your metabolism, relax your bowels, relax your intestines, and create this nice alignment of the spine and the lower back. Okay, so next step, we're going to push up onto the toes. We're going to hold it here for 30 seconds. And I don't want you slouching, I want you to keep that spine up at all times. Work your toes, dig one toe at a time, and consciously control this contraction. Don't just stand here or sit here. Move your toes around a little bit more. Engage with the balance, engage with the flow. Dig into the ground. Focus on your breath. Good. 5, 4, these are my long seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Drop the hands down. Extend the legs. If you can't touch the ground, place some blocks or books in front of you. So this is a really good stretch. I love it so much. And I remember I had a really bad jujitsu injury. Someone put me in a bad ankle lock and it took me 3 weeks to recover from this. But this stretch really, really helped me. I'll highly recommend it. So I want you to balance on the knife edge of the feet, so the pinky side. And we're going to lift the big toe and inner heel off the ground. And we're going to stretch out our tibialis ligament. Take some deep breaths. And begin to roll up and down this knife edge. Lateral angle of the foot. Keep them toes completely flexed. Stretch them out. You'll also feel your sciatic nerve lengthened and decompress. It's a beautiful stretch, this. Highly recommend it. Again, make your spine and your balance as comfortable as possible. So I would highly recommend your hands are always on the floor for this. Put some books, as I said, elevate with something. And only apply the right amount of pressure. We often forget to supinate and pronate with our ankles, meaning inside and outside, because we walk in such a robotic manner. We're always moving forwards and backwards. We forget to rotate, we forget to supinate and pronate. So today we're going to work on all of these neglected areas. Good. Drop the toe down and now lift the pinky off the ground as you push into the big toe and heel. Your knees will naturally internally rotate and just get this nice concentric contraction as you shorten the muscle, however contract it. We're going to push up onto the toes, however keeping in the same position as we internally rotate at the same time. Just keep pushing onto the big toes. All the pressure should be on the big toe and the point that it angles at. Rolling back down to the balls of your feet. Try and get this natural arch through the foot. And onto the heels. Stretch the toes out. Good. Beautiful. Give your toes a wiggle and drop it down. Okay, so the next exercise is a little bit weird. It doesn't look cool, but it really does work. So I want you to scrunch your toes up like this. So you're trying to shorten the length of your foot. And then you're just going to push back, extend. Crunch in and back. Stand up for this so your back doesn't hurt. Crunch in and back. Crunch in and back. Keep going, crunch in and back. Crunch in and back. Keep going right to the end of the mat. Good. 3 more. And again. Last one. Good. Let's walk to the top of the mat. And we'll do the opposite side. If you didn't get a good close-up view of what I've just done, I'm going to break it down again for you. So this is the opposite leg now. The reason we're doing this is because I want your foot to naturally arch. Through gravity and all of Earth's forces, everything flattens. It's up to us whether we want to condition it or remodel it before Earth had its hands on us. Okay? So all we're doing is scrunching the toes in. Okay? Dropping it down and then pushing the heel back. Flat foot. Scrunching. Kind of like a moonwalk. Here we go. Scrunch. Push. 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 3 more. Last one. Lovely. Meet me at the middle of the mat. Just begin to pedal, pushing the knees forward. Good. And just get this nice, smooth flow as you roll into every segment, every part of the foot. Be as primal and as smooth and conscious as possible. Understand each and every sense that's happening in this present moment. And try and identify where the weak areas are. Which ones are holding you up more? Which ones are a little bit off balance? Reconnect and gain this sense of awareness with your body, what it needs and what you need to work on. Good. 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. And for the last exercise. So I want you to just scoop that foot back, coming onto the left toe, okay? Scoop that foot back, pushing onto the left foot. You can use your arms. Good. Work the calves. Scoop. Scoop. Don't worry if it doesn't look good. This is something for you to practice, to get good at. Nothing is great on the first attempt. Remember the first time you tried to lift a weight, the first time you went for a run, the first time you tried to enter a race. Remember all these moments that taught you how to be resilient. I want you to treat your injuries and your rehab exactly the same. Treat it with patience, even if your cat's trying to spoil you her videos. Good, last one. And let's change foot. Beautiful. So the next foot, scoop the left side down, coming onto the toes. I like to use my arms to find balance. Good. Really push onto the right toe. Good. Five more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nearly lost the foot there, didn't I? Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed that. Something a little bit different than the ordinary resistance band, the ordinary physio, and these things are accessible. You can do it at home. And the way I like to train people is not just training through movement, but by training the mind through primal sequences and incorporating a stimulation through the frontal lobe that will not only strengthen your body, but also allow your mind to break free from the ordinary patterns of this mundane life that we live. So me and Bella over here are going to say thank you for joining us, and I'll see you next time. Peace.